Welcome back to another episode of Sister Sharpens Sister. We have been missing for the past couple of weeks because there's been a bunch of family stuff happening, but we're good and we're here. And today, since it is the beginning of October, we thought we would discuss what makes fall special to us, right? Kind of like secret reasons for why we fall for fall. It has become very commercialized recently because
Mhm.
I noticed either last year or the year before that the pumpkin flavor just kind of stayed throughout the year. Was it just me? Anybody else notice that?
I don't like pumpkin, so I don't pay attention to pumpkin.
Well, I like pumpkin spice coffee creamer for one thing. That is like one of my favorites, although I have not bought any yet.
Mhm.
But it's been available all year.
I did not notice that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not
I
just
like
been
salted
seasonal.
caramel.
Yeah, salted caramel is very good. It's also a very um autumnal flavor, right?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
what is something that happens that instantly makes you feel like it's fall?
Smelling fire, a fire, wood burning, like in a fireplace or a wood burning
Yes.
stove,
Yes.
or even a bonfire.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and for me it's like when the temperature drops that I actually have to sleep with covers on because I don't usually sleep
Yeah.
with a cover on.
Like in the mornings when you'll step outside and you're like, "Phew, I need a jacket on." It's not, it's got that crisp air to it. Yeah.
Need a little
Yeah, I get
sweater.
it.
What
Yeah.
about you, Shalon?
Well, since I'm used to this is actually to my memory the second fall I've ever experienced that is traditional fall when people think about fall. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Florida does not have seasons.
No, not really. They have
Not
hot. They have humid, hot, and hotter, and more humid. That's what they have.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, in Florida because we didn't have a temperature drop like that, and I didn't smell fires, didn't smell people burning fires until like January.
Hmm.
But one thing I always notice is a shift in the shadows and
Mm.
the time.
Hmm.
They get longer,
Like
don't
the
they?
yeah, the time starts to shorten up. Like it gets, we lose our daylight, but also just the position of the sun and how the shadows hit everything at different times of day. I'm like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have heard, and I've got some friends that are professional photographers, and one of them is a professional, nationally recognized bridal photographer. And she loves to do fall weddings because of the lighting
Hmm.
that she can
It's a
get.
softer light. It's a softer
Yeah.
light.
She says it's a
Hmm.
golden glow.
Yes.
When we lived in Florida, I didn't think about fall until like a week before Thanksgiving.
Well,
Hmm.
Thanksgiving, not Halloween, but Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I don't know why. It was just me. Um, but then right after Thanksgiving, you jump right into Christmas. So it wasn't like this is all new to me. Getting to
Hmm.
experience this all the colors and all the temperature drop and
Hmm.
the smells, like you said, the fireplaces start coming on, and I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly this morning.
Yeah. I feel like
So
scent is also more crisp when the
mm,
when the air is cooler.
cooler. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I pick up more things than I do when it's summer. And you would think the heat would make things smell more, but I mean, I
Permeate.
don't know what it is, you know?
Maybe not so much Florida, but in like West Virginia and Tennessee and the places where the trees change the colors and they lose their leaves, it gets quieter.
Hmm.
At least to me, it does. But
Well, animals go south. So yeah,
All the birds. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Birds go south, other animals hibernate.
Hmm.
We have been having all kinds of fun with the squirrels, trying to hide their little nuts everywhere in the yard and driving my dog crazy.
When it was Monday this past week, I was cutting the grass and Tim was weed eating and doing the blower thing. And we come inside, I take a shower, I make dinner. It's almost like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And all of a sudden I hear Anna go, "Mommy!" And it's a mommy that is something is wrong, mommy.
Right, yeah.
And
Hmm.
there was a cat under her bed.
Oh my gosh.
A stray cat. Well, she's not stray according to the neighbors. She actually belongs to somebody, but she has been getting all up in everybody else's garages, and she was in our house for a couple hours. We had no clue
Oh
she
boy.
Wow.
was there.
Maybe she's the one that leaves those gifts for you.
Well, that's the thing is, yeah, we think it's her.
Yeah.
She's very sweet, very
Yeah.
loving,
She paid
and
rent.
but I told Anna, I said she was so scared at first, because she just got out of the shower. She was in her towel and she's
Hmm.
standing in front of her mirror, and in the mirror she sees the cat's tail. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?"
Could you
Funny.
imagine if she had gotten in bed and turned down the lights and fell asleep and that cat jumped up into the bed beside of her?
That's exactly what I said. I said, "Well, I'm glad you noticed it before you went to sleep and she jumped on you and to snuggle with you.
Yep.
You would have hit the ceiling."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Do you guys have any favorite memories associated with this time of year?
Well, I remember Karen, you and I would race to step on the dry, brittle leaves to hear them crunch.
Walking home from school?
Yep. And then all of Mrs. Border's flowers.
Yeah, where she would deadhead the chrysanthemums.
Yeah, and she left them out by the
And
road, and we thought she didn't want them, but I think she did that so we could carry them home.
I do too. Otherwise, I think she
Yeah.
would put them in the trash.
Yeah, she would have done something with them. She'd have made potpourri or compost pile or something. She wouldn't have just left them out by the road. But as kids, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We thought, oh well, she doesn't want them, so we took them. And I, looking back on it now as a grown up, I believe she left them out there so we could grab them and take them home.
Yeah, I
Because
think you're
whenever
right.
they
I'd
were
never
on
thought
the
about it,
flowers,
but yeah. Yeah, I think
yeah,
you're
when they were
right.
on the flowers, Karen and I were always so very gentle when we would admire the flowers and smell of them. We were so very gentle with all of them. And I
Yep.
think she watched us grow up through by that,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, and we would walk home and you remember just past Mr. and Mrs. Border's house was it's not a long stretch, but when you're 8 and 10 years old, it is a long stretch. But there were
Mhm.
trees on both sides of the road, right?
Yes.
And during when the leaves were changing, you could look up and see all the different colors. And then the crunchy leaves
Yes.
would be on the ground, the ones that we would race to.
Yes.
But what were
Yeah.
those weeds that we would pick and throw at each other that would stick to you? Do you remember those?
Hitchhikers?
No,
I don't remember what they
they're
were.
bigger. They were like pods that had spiky things on
Um,
them.
I don't. Hold on. I remember, but I don't know what they were called. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what they were called either, but I was thinking about that last night as I was laying down. I was like, what's another memory that I have? And that popped into my head.
Yeah.
And something else I remember about this time of the year too is bringing in everything from the garden and the canning
Yes.
that happened.
Yes. All kinds of canning. Yes. And I remember the corn on the cob, fresh from the
Oh yeah,
garden.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was so good.
It seemed like everybody would come to our house to do the canning.
Well, I know I think that our mom and dad grew a large garden in part because they shared it with family members. So the
Yeah,
family members would come and help do the canning because they would take some of it with them.
yeah.
So that's something I didn't realize then, but thinking back on it, that's what I'm thinking was going on.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was canning. We had
Well,
pigs, and I know,
I was getting ready to say the harvesting of our animals. Yeah,
and I remember too playing Spotlight because when the fall started coming, it started getting dark sooner,
yeah,
so we'd have longer to play it.
yeah, yeah. We didn't have to be in bed so soon.
Yeah, yeah. Because during the summer, it stays daylight longer, and we'd have to get in bed. But when you get to the fall, the daylight's shorter, so you have more
Yeah.
night. So we'd play Spotlight, and in case someone doesn't know, Spotlight is hide and seek in the dark with a flashlight. Whoever was it would go around finding everybody with flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah. Dee Dee was really good at that game. Is there a flavor during this time of year that you are just like, oh, that's so good? But any other time
Fried
of
apple,
year, you're like, yeah, it's okay.
fried apple pies.
Fried apple pies. An apple pie is one of the things that I want to try to make. I have never made an apple pie from
Oh,
scratch, and I want to
okay.
make one with the lattice top.
Okay.
I've never done one.
Well,
I've always done I've always done pumpkin pie or chocolate pie or lemon meringue, something like that, but
I've
I've never
always
done
made.
apple.
I've made plenty of apple pies, but I've never done a lattice.
Hmm.
I've done
You
them
just
open.
put the regular thing on top and cut slits in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I've most of the time that's what I would do, or I would leave it open. But I don't really like them open. I like a top on it,
Yeah,
or I would do like the Dutch apple pie and put the sprinkles, cinnamon, sugary sprinkles on top of them.
crumble.
Yeah.
Shalon, you've done one with a lattice top.
Yes. It's not
Are
hard.
they difficult?
It's not hard. No.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
No, it's
that was my question. I said, is it difficult?
no. It's just you got to weave it.
Yeah,
You put a few down, and then you pick two up, and you put a piece in, and
yeah. Well, I mean,
that's the only.
I've woven stuff like that crafting, and I figured that it can't be too awful different from that, just with
It's it's
dough and
exactly
not
the same.
yarn or fabric.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's exactly the same. And
Okay.
then because Gemma and we even made little leaves and
Oh,
put them on the. I'll see if I can find the pictures so you can show it. But
okay.
yeah, yeah,
You have to send me
it
the
was,
picture
it
of your
was
front
easy.
porch too. I liked that. I saw that. What was that on Instagram?
Yeah,
Your front porch.
I, I was inspired by my neighbor over here. She
Yeah.
had went out and bought pumpkins and mums, and I said I could buy pumpkins and mums. So went to Lowe's yesterday and got some. Okay, my fall flavor favorites. I wrote down anything Thanksgiving,
Mm,
but apples, cinnamon, and sweet potatoes.
yeah. For me,
Hmm.
sage is big for me this time of year.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
smell of sage too. Yeah.
But sage is also a Christmas smell for me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this season all blends together, starting in October all the way through December. I feel like the flavors and the scents and the cozy vibes are all pretty
Mhm.
much the same.
Hmm.
And really, the only thing that's any different is what you're watching on TV. One of the things that I remember as a kid is it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yep.
One
Yep.
of my favorite Peanuts cartoons is that one. One of them.
Like for me, the fall of the year too is chicken and dumplings. For some reason, not that I've never had chicken and dumplings any other time of the year, but when we talked about what we're going to talk about, and you talked about foods, the two things that came to my mind were fried apple pies and chicken and dumplings.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Chicken and dumplings for sure.
Well,
I'm
I
like
have a
Shalonda
recipe.
for this time of year. It's Thanksgiving flavors.
Hmm. But it's
My
biscuit
dog has the
dumplings.
zoomies.
Biscuit dumplings, not those noodle dumplings. Noodle dumplings are noodles, not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, chicken and dumplings has to have
Yes.
biscuit dumpling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I have a recipe for you, Karen, if you're since you have a butternut squash.
sure.
And this is one of my favorite fall recipes. I haven't made it in a long time, but it I made it for years at one point. And it's actually a recipe from Emerald, and it's
Okay.
smoked sausage, butternut squash, and wild rice soup.
I've had it.
Smoked
It's good.
sausage, butternut squash, and wild rice soup. Okay, it sounds good.
It is so good. I'll send you the link. Do you want me to
Okay,
read it?
sure.
All right.
Just tell us what's in it.
All right. What's in it is you'll need two medium butternut squash, about 3 to 4 pounds, two
Wait, three to
tablespoons
four
of
pounds
olive
total, or 3 to 4 pounds each?
total,
Okay.
total. 2 tablespoons olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, 12 cups of chicken stock, 2.5 cups of chopped onion, 1 cup of wild rice, 3/4 of a pound of smoked sausage, cut into about a fourth of an inch thick.
So is this
Two,
like a kielbasa type of sausage, or like a
yeah,
breakfast
yeah.
sausage?
I no, not a breakfast sausage.
Okay.
I would always buy I would use turkey sausage when I made this in the
Okay.
past.
So like the Hillshire Farm, it's all
Yeah,
in
it's
a U. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. 2 cups of fresh corn and 1.5 cups of half and half, and you can finish it with fresh parsley. But that's what's in it, and it is delicious.
It sounds good.
Hmm.
Yes, Gemma, what?
So, okay, getting back to fall. Um, how are you about candles?
About what? Candles?
Candles, yeah. It seems like candles are really big this time of year. You'll see Walmart gets a whole additional display. Places like Bath and Body Works have the new, I started to say flavors, but scents. They have the new scents come in, and it just seems like they're really big. And it's a hot Christmas item too, especially if you're doing like a Dirty Santa, White Elephant kind of thing.
I I was big. Excuse me. I was big into candles before I had children,
Mhm.
and then after I had children, I was like, no candles, please.
Well, yeah, yeah. The fire risk is bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I like candles. I enjoy a nice hot bath, turn the lights off, and just have candles on type of thing. I like that. But and this might be controversial, but I don't like candles that smell like food.
Really?
I would prefer my candles be like a flower or a clean smell
I'm
Okay.
or
the same.
something woodsy. Like I don't mind a pine candle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but like an apple pie candle, I'm like,
No.
we'll just make an
Uh-uh.
apple pie, or I would rather not have something that's going to make me want to eat.
Well, one of my favorite scents for a candle is vanilla, though. I mean, I know that's very vanilla. It's very
Vanilla,
bland, but I do like the
vanilla's
scent.
okay. Yeah, vanilla's okay. It's one that I don't mind.
Yeah. Now, I will say something. Shalon said this might be controversial, and this is what I thought she was going to say, is that you need to be careful what your candles are made of,
Oh yeah, that too.
you know? So just keep that in mind. Does I went to Dr. Google and
Hmm.
I asked what are the top searches for fall slash autumn related things. And one of the things that was on the list was reflection and gratitude.
Oh, thankfulness.
Yeah. So do you feel like this time of year is when people are getting more into that? Or do you personally get more into that this time of year?
I mean, our faith says that we're to be thankful all the time. So
Yeah.
no, it's not something that picks up for me. But I know what you're saying though. You do see a lot more people who will post online about stuff and
Right.
do thankfulness challenges and share,
Right.
all that kinds of stuff.
Gratitude
Yeah.
challenges, especially during the month of November.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that. I've done it before. And it really does make you think when you
Sure.
go through every
Yeah.
day and have to pick something different that you're grateful for,
Mm-hmm.
right? It
Yeah.
doesn't have to
Yeah.
be anything big that you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for purple fingernail polish because it's something different. But, maybe you're thankful that you have a a car to drive or a house over, whatever. It could be something big
Mm-hmm.
like that, or it could be something trivial like purple fingernail polish.
For me
So,
personally, I feel more of a want and a need to be closer to the family, like like a bonding.
That you
yeah,
want to spend time with family.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think that comes from the way our family was growing up, is because Halloween, we would get together with cousins and stuff and go trick or
Yeah.
treating a lot of times.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just went by ourselves, but I remember going with Sylvie's kids a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and our Aunt Delilah.
Hmm.
Um, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas were real big
Yes.
family get-togethers.
Yes. And
So,
I don't. I think ancestral, like thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, you probably had to be close like that in order to survive through the winters.
I think
Winter. Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a sharing of what you had.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, if you go back far enough, you got to think about how did you keep warm?
Hmm.
You had a big cuddle puddle.
Yes. Body
That's
heat.
why most children were born in the summer.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't.
No, Dee Dee wasn't either.
No.
No. Dee Dee's a fall baby.
Yeah, I am.
And Dee Dee just had a birthday, so happy birthday, my sweet
Yeah.
sister.
Thank
I
you.
thought about you all day on Friday.
Well, thank you.
Sure did. And I was like, she's not going to be in Florida to get her present.
Okay. It'll be a surprise for me when I get there.
Okay. All right. So, do you have anything that you're grateful for this fall season?
Where do I start? I mean, something that I wrote down is this is all new for me and my family, the experience of an actual fall where it gets cold, where you see the leaves change and the well, like we just had neighborhood get together last night and everybody is so kind, so kind. And so I'm thankful for everything A to Z. But it's also a fun time for us to start new traditions up here because we don't have any.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, like associated with
So,
this season. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. And one of the things that I would like for us to do is go do one of the rail rides that
Oh,
Brittany and I were just talking about that.
let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thankful for that. to get to do that with the girls, to set up some new traditions and have the experiences of the cold, cozy weather and actually have a
Oh,
fireplace.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that I like. When it gets cold, I don't like being cold, but when you're cold and the feeling you have when you're cozying up and getting warm, that feeling, I
Yeah.
love that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. Same.
I also like
Oh,
talking, I'm sorry, one thing
no,
about
go
a
ahead.
smell. Talking about a smell is when it's cold outside and someone walks in, the smell of the outside that stays on them. I like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. I will tell you that when my youngest son was in New Jersey with the military, he was stationed in New Jersey, and he would tell his buddies that he was working with, they would go outside and be doing their job because his job was working on airplanes. So a lot of it was done outside. He would tell them, he would say, it's going to rain, or he would take a deep breath, oh, we got snow coming. And they would tell him that he was crazy. Well, it got to the point that they were telling him that he was like a wizard because he could predict the weather.
He's a
But I
human
think that,
barometer.
yeah, well, yeah, barometer because of his joints and stuff now, that's for sure. But I think that in this region, the Appalachian region, and I would even go so far as to say from where it starts to where it ends, the people in this area, you can smell the rain and you
You
can
can.
smell the snow.
Hmm. Yeah, the atmosphere is different.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
smell
for sure.
absolutely different. Yeah. When Arnie and I were first married, we would be driving somewhere and I would tell him, I would say, looks like it's going to rain. And, he's like leaning forward and looking out the windshield and says, I don't see any clouds. And I told him, I said, yeah, it's going to rain. I said, number one, I can smell it. And number two, Dee Dee, you know what
You
it
see the
is.
bottom. You see the
You'd see
bottom
the
of the
bottom of
leaves.
the leaves.
Yep.
When the wind blows, it turns the leaves over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow's coming in. So it
Yep.
always turns the bottom of the leaves up. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't know why that is, and I don't know why people say that that's folklore, but it is true.
I've seen it be more accurate than not.
Seen it be more accurate than the AccuWeather on TV.
Yeah.
So what is one way that you express this gratitude that we have for like being cozy and developing new traditions and for me, I'm grateful to have family close to me right now that I don't have to. I mean, I have a son that lives in the same town. He's like 6 blocks away, but I don't have family, you know, big bunch of family.
Hmm.
What I'm used to, what we had when we were growing up. I've not had that for a very, very, very long time. Not since you guys moved to Florida.
Hmm.
I haven't had that. So I am grateful to have that this year.
Hmm.
So what is one way that we can express our gratitude for what we're grateful for? And don't say cook something because we're from the hills of West Virginia. We show love by fixing gravy and biscuits for somebody. I mean,
Hmm.
that's what I did for Mother and Buddy when they came in. Are you hungry? Yeah, we're hungry. Okay, gravy and biscuits. That's exactly what I fixed.
Well, I think something that can be done is just simply say that you're grateful. Say
Hmm.
it. Give somebody a hug. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Or go on the rail with them if they invite us.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you're invited.
Well, do you have anything else?
Oh, I wrote down apple cider and mulled wine.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big apple cider fan, but I love the way it smells. Like, I'm not a big fan of drinking it, but
Do
I
you
love the
drink
way it
it hot
smells.
or cold?
I've had it both ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I've had mulled wine. Wine typically gives me a headache. Um, Before I've even got it swallowed all the way down into my stomach, my head is like
Mm.
pounding. I told that to a doctor one time, and they said, "You're allergic to the tannins. Don't drink it because one of these days it may not just be your head that's swelling; it's going to be something else."
Mm, mm.
And I could have, yeah, an anaphylactic reaction to it. So I don't drink wine. But now, for those that don't know, wine coolers are actually a type of beer, so it's not
Yes,
the
they
same
are.
thing. When I say that, because I've got a couple wine coolers in the fridge. Not that anybody that is watching this is going to see it, but it made me think of that.
Transparency.
Yes, transparency. This is it's a big season too when people start thinking about Christmas.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people complain about Christmas stuff being out, like now at the beginning of October. But if you're a crafter, you need those supplies in order to get those gifts made before Christmas. Or if you're
Hmm.
somebody that goes to craft shows and events and you have an online business, you need these things to be available to you so that you can
Hmm.
get stuff made. That being said, I do believe allowing the turkey to have his day. Okay. Other than mulled wine and apple cider, um, what do you guys think about pumpkin carving?
Take it or leave it. I don't care to do it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, if
Is,
somebody wants to do it to decorate, go for it.
is it
That's just
Yeah.
because of
not.
the insides?
Well, I like to get the insides, and I like to take the seeds and
Seeds,
roast
yeah.
them
Yeah,
and eat them because those are so yummy. But the pumpkin itself, you can have that. I
yeah,
don't care for it.
and,
Yeah,
Yeah, no
Venice
thanks.
Christmas Parade.
yeah.
The Venice Christmas Parade. Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
That's a happy memory for me in the
Yeah,
fall. I forgot
yeah.
about
Yeah. Christmas parades in general. Me and Dee Dee, we all of us were in band and we've done several. I remember Dee
Hmm.
Dee freezing her took us off in those majorette outfits.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. And you learn real fast when you do your routine. You don't want to throw the baton in the air and catch it because metal hitting cold fingers does not feel good.
Hmm.
You don't throw
Yeah.
them. Do other stuff.
So we just twirl and we move.
that.
I mean, not we. I was not a majorette. You guys were, but yeah.
We weren't allowed to throw our batons in parades because not everybody could catch them
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
consistently. So they always told us do a routine that you don't have to throw.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we use the light batons. So they're the glow sticks. You break them and you shake them and put them on the end of the batons.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know. Another thing was homecoming parades
Yes.
always happened around this time of the year.
Yeah, in the fall. Yep.
And
Yep.
and the homecoming game was always real big in high school, and you had Spirit Week, and every day was a different thing, and that was
Hmm.
always fun.
Yeah,
I
that was
don't,
Yeah.
fun.
and something else that I thought about too for this time of year, eh, it's in a song by the Birds, I think. Uh, Ecclesiastes. There's a
Oh,
time
yeah.
for everything,
Yeah.
right? And life has seasons as well, and that's what Solomon was talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a time for everything. There's a time for war. There's a time for peace, and there's a time for living, and there's a time for dying, and everything is a cycle. And even if you don't live in a four seasons state, I still feel like this happens because humans are humans no matter where you are,
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
you know? Um, but there is a time for everything. And this is a time to slow down and to reflect, be grateful, take a look around, and just pretty much breathe. It's a time to breathe after the chaos of summer vacations and kids being home all the time. And, you know, it's a time to breathe.
Hmm.
So that's all I wanted to say to close us out.
I like it.
Next week, hopefully we will have our ducks in a row And we'll be able to do this story that Gemma gave us the prompt for. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing next week. It seems like every time we've tried to do this story, something has come up. Maybe we should plan something else, but secretly have this on the back burner and just bring it out. I think one day this week I might try to make an apple pie. We'll see.
Okay.
I think you use Granny Smith and apple crisp, right?
You can use
Honey
whatever you
crisp.
want.
Use whatever you want.
Okay.
It's whatever flavor apple you like.
I
I like
usually
pink
will.
ladies.
I will usually use either Fuji or Gala apples because they've got a real sweetness to them already, just
Very
naturally.
sweet.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I like tart
Yeah.
apples. That's why I like the pink ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you
Because they.
probably like the Granny Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
peel the apple, right?
Yes.
Peel the apple.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell? I don't eat apple pie very often either. It's not my preferred pie. Unless it's a fried apple pie. Now, I'll eat those all day long. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
make those instead.
Okay. You can
Yeah.
use the apple peelings to make apple butter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Do that. All right. Well, this week I'm going to do some kind of pie and get my story finished. And hopefully, fingers crossed, prayers, we'll be ready to do that next Sunday. Right?
Yeah.
All right. I love you
Okay.
guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Flynn, will you stop? Oh my God. I can't even hit the button. Sorry.